welcome to my channel. My name is Danielle, aka Danielle Writes It, and today we are talking about weight loss. Dun, dun, dun. We're going to dive into a little bit about my journey, about how I lost 40 pounds. I know, I can't believe it either. But I've lost 40 pounds and I really want to share my journey with you guys because I've gotten so many compliments. I've gotten so many people ask about what I've done, and I've gotten some common concerns about my weight loss in a sense of people feeling like they don't know if they can do it. So I wanted to share my journey with you guys and then give you guys some tips on how you can master your weight loss journey yourself. So without further ado, let's get into it. Originally, I started my weight loss journey in 2018. So I was working out regularly, I was going to the gym, I was eating pretty well, and I got to the probably smallest I'd been since college, around 160, and I got comfortable. I got really complacent. I started eating what I wanted to. I started working out less, and all of the weight that I had lost during that time, I ended up gaining right back. So in January of 2019, I stepped on the scale and I was a whopping 192 pounds. Talk about scared, talk about like what, you're way too close to 200 here. So that's when I decided that I was really going to put an effort into losing weight again, but I want it to be something that I could sustain. So I joined a gym. The job that I work at was offering gym services 7 days a week. So I joined the gym and I started taking classes at the gym to lose weight. Over the course of the year, I lost and gained and lost and gained. But around the end of the year, I was in a relationship and the guy was very heavy on fitness. So he would take me to the gym, he would very much so challenge me. And I thought, you know, he's fit, so I need to be fit too. I can't be the weak link in this relationship. So I really decided that, okay, I'm going to create something that's consistent for me. And at that time, he was eating whatever he wanted to. He was had built up muscle, so he was pretty much consuming whatever he wanted. Meanwhile, I was the one eating vegetables and cutting out all the carbs, and my favorite food, pasta and fries. Like, that's what I want to eat all the time, every day. And at that point, I was probably eating fries or pasta at least 5 times a week. I was just doing too much. I know, I was doing a lot. But I decided that I was going to cut carbs and that I was going to cut meat. So I was at that time doing a pescatarian diet, and I decided that I was going to cut out meat in general, fish included, in order to accelerate, I guess you can say, my weight loss goals. After me and the guy broke up, I had a whole new epiphany. Like, okay, Danielle, not only are you single, but you definitely want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you're putting your best foot forward. You need to get more focused. You need to get more disciplined. So my journey with weight loss kicked up a notch. And I was so blessed to find a workout group to join. And we started doing workouts on Saturdays, and we would go and do kind of like this HIIT cardio workout. And in the meantime, I was doing my own workouts at home or going to the gym, the Planet Fitness, which is the gym that I had, the membership that I had. I was going there. So by the time January 2020 came around, I was doing really well. Like, I had created this routine of going to work, going to a gym class, and then coming home. And how the package that I had set up was, on the weekends, I could go to any gym that I wanted to. And, you know, during the week, I would just go to my work gym. So I was going to Planet Fitness on the weekends to work out, and everything just seemed to be going well. So by the time March came around, I think the total amount that I had lost at that point was around 20 pounds. So I was into the 170s and was feeling great. I was like, I've made a lot of leeway here. This is wonderful. Let's keep going. So I believe around that time, and I have this cycle of things, I guess you can say, to where I will meet a goal or I will start seeing progress and I would get comfortable, I would get complacent, and I would start eating what I wanted. I would get lax with my workouts, and this is kind of what started to happen again. So from March to April, I kind of was just eating whatever I wanted and, you know, doing whatever I wanted, working out whenever I wanted, and I started to pick back up the weight a little bit, but whenever I would notice like some weight coming back on, I would, you know, not starve myself, I don't want to say that, but I would deprive myself, I guess you can say, of food for a certain amount of time so that I could see the weight come off again, just with just enough time for me to eat whatever I wanted to again. It wasn't really a healthy solution and my body wasn't really responding to it well at all. I still had lots of problem areas, I guess you can say, that I wanted to work on, and I wasn't seeing any results in those areas, of course, because I wasn't really putting in consistent effort. That's when Easter came and my wonderful, I guess you can say, weight loss coach came into the picture. His name is Mark, and I'll insert his information here if you guys want to contact him, hit him up, and to see about his services. But he came in the picture and he just was like, hey, do you really want to lose weight? Are you really committed to this? And I know that he was led by the Holy Spirit, because it was a question that really challenged me in my weight loss journey, because I felt like I was serious about it, but I was serious about it for the wrong reasons. I was serious about it because of how I wanted to look. I was serious about it because I was trying to make me feel good enough, and I thought, and whenever I would get to a certain weight that was good enough for me, I start doing all the unhealthy things that put me back in the situation that I didn't want to be in. So he challenged me with that question, are you really serious about losing weight? And at that time I was like, yes, absolutely, I'm so serious about losing weight. So he said, okay, I'm willing to work with you. I'm going to give you weekly meal plans and meal prep ideas. I'm going to send you workouts and I'll be your accountability partner. So that was exactly what I needed. And I'm really big on, if I tell someone I'm going to do something, or if someone's counting on me, that I'm upholding what I say and what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. So with him checking in with me every week, and we have weekly weight check-ins, so you can't lie. Like, the scale is not gonna lie. If you haven't been doing what you're supposed to be doing, it's gonna show on the scale. So I would send him each week, I would lose a pound here, a pound or two here, and it really opened up my eyes to the fact that this is something that you can do over a period of time. It's not something like, oh, I have to lose 10 pounds in a week, or I have to lose 5 pounds today. This is something that you can do little by little until you meet your goal. And that's exactly what happened. Over the course of, I want to say, about 2 months, I lost the rest of the 20 pounds to get, well, it's about 15 pounds to get to my goal weight. So the 2 months that I went through of the accountability and the weight check-ins and the daily workouts wasn't easy by any means. There was actually, I want to say, about 3 weeks within that period where I didn't lose any weight. I was around 160 and I was trying to lose the last 5 pounds to get to 155, which was my goal at the time. And I just couldn't cross the threshold. I felt like I was working out. I was working out every day. I was eating right. I was pushing myself. And every time I would step on the scale, it would be 160 or 161 or 160.5. And I was just like, I just want to see 159 so bad. And you know, that the following week, you know, I was still pushing myself, and I ended up just saying, okay, I'm not gonna worry about what the scale says anymore. I'm just gonna focus on building my endurance, building my building a sustainable body, I guess you can say, for myself. Something that is able to withstand endurance. And at that time I was running about 2 to 3 miles a day. So I wanted to run a little bit further without stopping, or be able to breathe at the end. And the trail that I would run on had a lot of hills. So I would say, oh, I want to make it to the top of this hill without stopping. So I started to get my mind off of the numbers on the scale and start challenging myself in more tangible areas that I could actually control. And with doing that, I stepped on the scale one day and it said 158. And then I stepped on the scale another day and it said 155. And I was blown away because I really never saw myself weighing under 160. I didn't really think 155 was a attainable goal, but it happened. Now the thing about that happening is that I still hadn't gotten to my pant size goal. So when I originally started and I was 190, I was in a size 14 pant. So by this time I had only dropped one pant size to a size 12. And I could kind of fit into a size 10 if it was stretchy enough, but I was still in a 12. And I really wanted to get to a size 8. Like, that was my goal. I wanted to be in a size 8. And I've been saying that for years now. But it was kind of finally becoming a thing. So after the 2 months of me meeting my goal, I kicked it up a notch and I joined a boot camp gym where I started doing some very intense HIIT training. So we would run with weights and we would push sleds with like all of this weight on it. And it was really helping me build muscle as well as working off, you know, all of that excessive calories. At this time I had started to eat a little bit too weary, like I was just doing a little bit too much with my eating, but the leader of the boot camp explained that that was okay because I was burning so many calories. I needed to put those calories back into my body. Over the course of, I want to say, the 2 months that I was going to the boot camp, my body definitely started to change, and I could see the physical difference versus me losing and getting to 155 pounds and me still not really seeing my body change. Even though in pictures you could see it, I still didn't feel like I could see it enough. So over this course, as I was, you know, building muscle and really creating that leaner look that I wanted, I did start to see those changes. So after those 2 months was over, I feel like the boot camp was kind of taking a toll on my body because I was doing it about 3 to 4 times a week. It was very intense. I was hurting all the time. I was very tired all the time. So I decided that I was going to take a step back from that and work out myself. The worry with that though was that I would fall off because I'd done this before. You know, I'd gotten to a place where I was really satisfied with my body, and I would start eating and I would start slacking on my workouts and the weight would just come right back. In that time, I really decided, like, Danielle, if this is what you like, if you're starting to like how your body looks, then you need to make sure that you're doing something to sustain it. And at the end of the day, this was also during a pandemic, so sometimes, you know, there wasn't an ability to get to a gym because gyms were closed for a long period of time. So I did have to work out at home and create that mindset of no matter what's going to happen, you need to make sure that you're working and you're moving your body to burn off any calories that you've eaten. So after all of that happened and I'm, you know, working myself to go to the gym, that's when Mark came back. Woo! So yeah, he came back and he said that, you know, he wanted to start training me. So I started going to the gym with him, and we started to focus on different things. So in the midst of me doing that and switching to the gym where he would be training me at, they had free training classes. So I went and I did a free class with one of the gym trainers, and I talked to her about some of my goals and some of the things that I wanted to accomplish, and I was telling her my fears about gaining weight back and falling off. And she explained to me that there was specific things that I could do to make sure that even if I do start to eat a little bit more, or even if I fall off a couple of days or weeks or so, that my body isn't reverting or gaining weight just because I haven't worked out. And the biggest thing that she said to do was to lift weights. So to do a lot of weight training. And she also said that that would help with endurance. Up until this point, I was doing lots of cardio. Like I said before, I was doing a couple of miles a day. I was doing HIIT training classes. I was doing a lot of things to work my body, lots of cardio. And she explained that that was great. However, usually it's a cycle with cardio. So you eat calories, you burn the calories off. You eat calories, you burn the calories off. Whereas when you have muscle tends to burn calories faster. So you don't have to work as hard to burn calories because you have more muscle. So that started my journey that I'm currently on right now, of me really working to build the muscles in my body, and not only to increase the longevity of my weight loss, but also to create the curves that I want. I think one of the beautiful things about our bodies that I didn't really understand before is that we can literally make them and shape them to be anything that we really want them to be. We can build booty, we can lose booty, we can build arms, we can lose arms, we can tone, we can bulk up. And so I'm focused on creating that lean look that I like, but also with the curves that I like. So that's currently the journey that I'm on right now. And honestly, it feels amazing to be in a space where I like my body. Of course, there's some things that I want to change and see perfected, but at the end of the day, we're not perfect. But it's really good to be in a space where I like my body. For the longest time, I hated getting dressed. I didn't like putting on clothes, and I couldn't even get dressed for an event or for an outing with my friends without completely downing myself. I didn't really receive compliments. I didn't want to take pictures. Like, it just was not a thing. So to be in a space where I actually like getting up and getting dressed for events, and I like shopping, a little bit more now. All those things that I didn't feel comfortable with doing, I'm starting to embrace, and it feels beautiful. But there are a few things that I want you guys to keep in mind if you are on your own weight loss journey, and they're gonna be in these 3 points. The first point is that I was still someone before I lost weight. I think that a lot of the times when a person loses weight and when they go on a weight loss journey, they are praised and they are highly celebrated, I guess you can say, for the weight that they've lost. So a lot of the times now I'm getting praised for my weight loss, and you look great, and all of these wonderful things, which can kind of get in your head, like, okay, well, now I'm that confident person. Now I'm that amazing person that I always thought I wanted to be. Now I'm this, and now I'm that. But honestly, I was all of that before I lost weight. Weight loss is a journey of realization of who you are, yes, but it's also a realization of who you've always been. So definitely make sure that on the process of you losing weight and you're shedding pounds, you're not shedding and becoming a totally different person, because the wonderful things about you that are who you are, your personality, your drive, your laugh, your caring ways towards people. All of those things are what make you, not your weight. So I definitely want you to keep that in mind as you go on your weight loss journey. Number 2, if you want to be successful, you have to surround yourself with success. I think one of the key things that helped me create a sustainable journey this far is having people to hold me accountable, and then having people that push me and challenge me as well. From Mark, who is my weight loss coach, to being a part of a community of people who value fitness, being able to call someone to work out with me, being able to know that I can go to a class and like pull on the energy of other people. It's so worthwhile, and it makes working out not much of a chore anymore. Like sometimes when you think about working out, you're like, ugh, that seems exhausting, or ugh, that seems like too much. And being able to do it in a group and a community is so awesome. The third thing is that weight and body image is all about perspective. For me, this weight loss journey has definitely been a realization of how I see myself. And I know that, at the beginning I was talking about how in me pursuing this weight loss journey, before it even started, I was very hard on myself. I would look in the mirror and there would be things that I didn't like, and I would say, I wish I looked like this, and if I could just lose this stomach, or if I could just, lose these arms. And I would always critique myself. Honestly, it wasn't until recently that that started to change, and I started to speak better about my body. And honestly, me deciding to change how I speak about my body had nothing to do with my weight loss. Like I said, before, I had dropped to 155 pounds, and I still saw myself, and sometimes I still look at myself as the girl that weighed 192 pounds. My friends still get on me about ordering too big clothes, because I still have that mind frame, like, I need to make sure that it fits me. I need to hide this roll or this fat. Going into stores and buying, and even holding up like a size 8. I actually made it to a size 8, by the way. I didn't say that. Holding up a size 8 and looking at it and being like, there's no way I can fit in this. I'm way too big for this. And then going and trying it on in the dressing room and it fits perfectly, or it might even be too big. It's still mind-blowing, and it's a process of changing and renewing your mind to fit what's now happening to your body in the physical. So I would encourage you, if you're on a weight loss journey, to really start loving, valuing, and talking about your body in a positive way, because at the end of the day, there's always going to be things that you want to change. The beautiful thing about that is that you have the option to change it, but in that, you want to make sure that you're loving yourself whether you change it or not. So the last thing that I really want you guys to keep in mind is that weight loss is an investment. So you're going to be investing your time in working out. You're going to be investing your time in gym memberships and equipment. You're going to be investing your money into good foods, because food is expensive in general, but the healthier items tend to be more expensive. You're going to be investing your time in cooking your meals. You're going to be investing your money into making sure that you are learning about your body. So whether that be going to doctor's appointments and going to chiropractors or whatever it may be, weight loss is an investment. So what I don't want you to do is to feel like you have to skimp and miss out on all the opportunities that experts give you. Me, at the beginning of my journey, just feeling like I need to run and the weight will come off, totally changed when I really got guidance and expert advice from people that actually know what they're doing, like coaches and trainers. They actually have studied the body. They've studied the muscles and what workouts work and why, and they can create something customized for you to make your weight loss journey so much more fruitful for you. So don't be afraid to invest, and honestly, investing is going to make it that much more sustainable for you, because you put your money where your mouth is, and your mouth gonna have to follow suit. You know what I mean? So make sure that if you are, you know, really seriously thinking about weight loss, that you invest in the weight loss journey. So today, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone that you think could benefit, and let me know in the comments about your weight loss journey. What are some of the things that you've been realizing about yourself? What are some of the things that you're afraid of, that you're fearful about? And what are some things that you wish that you would have known before your weight loss journey? So I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you stay healthy. I hope that you stay happy. And until next time, take care of yourself.